Dragon Ball Super episode 67 Farewell Trunks is finally aired, and we get the bittersweet ending to the Future Trunks saga, a great saga, the best saga of Super by default, but nonetheless, a lot of tropes. This episode we're talking the destruction of the immortal Zamasu, Cloud Zamasu, and Zeno-sama finally appearing and doing what we assumed he would do all along, but the episode kicks off where the last one left off, obviously. Zamasu is cut in half and babbling on about gods and this and that and being beautiful and this is impossible, so he's destroyed. Okay, all is well. We finally killed that immortal until the immortal somehow becomes reality or cloud or something like that, and their best explanation for this Zamasu immortal formless cloud is that, oh, this can't be. I mean, first off, before they get to the explanation, let's look at how there's nobody more self-absorbed than Zamasu besides maybe Cell. I mean, this guy literally has his face plastered on the clouds. Android, whatever the number is still frozen in fear. He's pretty much Zamasu planet at this point, but their best explanation for this is that he might be trying to become the universe and basically become justice and order itself. And my translation of that is he's trying to become reality itself and warp it. At this point, my brain is just turned off. Whatever. Okay. I mean, that's a lot of stuff didn't make sense. So you want to throw this in there? Fine by me. Fine. So he immediately just erases all life from Earth except for the Z Warriors. And for some reason, he's warping reality to the point where he's affecting the past at the same time. Once again, my brain is turned off. I'm like, sure. I already know Zeno's going to show up. So go ahead and press the button. And Goku looks in his back pocket for a sensu bean, where they clearly took the last episode. I remember them actually stating that. Well, I'm pretty sure they stated that, but he finds the Zeno button, presses it. Zeno shows up from this timeline, which confuses me because he's supposed to be the final god. So he's not the god of all universes and timelines, essentially. He's just that timeline of every universe. So there's multiple Zenos. So who's the final one that has the final say, or he's just the ruler of that timeline? I don't know. Not the biggest issue with the episode, but he shows up confused as shit. He doesn't even know who Goku is. Who are you? Literally, did you do this? And right there, a normal person would have shit their pants like, oh no, it wasn't me. But of course, lackadaisical Goku just points up to the sky to Zamasu, still smiling, as if he does not realize Zeno is right there. And without haste and without action or too much thought, Zeno decides, yeah, I'm just gonna destroy the entire universe and reset it. Shout out to Goku for almost getting everybody killed once again without even thinking. So they haul ass. They're barely escaping. I mean, Goku and Vegeta are hanging on to the bottom of the time machine, which I found unnecessary, but whatever. I get it. We're in a haste, and there he goes. A world like this should disappear, gone. And they return to the past. Everything's fine. Oh, you made it. Hey, you made it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we knew you were gonna make it. We watched you escape, and then Trunks finally sees future Mai, and it's kind of a reverse situation on how when Mai saw future Trunks, how they were all in love. He's like, oh shit, there she got a big ass. And immediately they go back to nothingness, which is, I guess, what this sparkling beauty was. I'm wondering if that's nothingness since the universe is destroyed, or if that's what it looks like when he's trying to rebuild it. But Zeno seems to not really care about what just happened. He's dancing upside down, grabs Zeno, hey, I'm gonna take you to somewhere fun, and brings him to the current timeline. Zeno, which obviously remembers Goku, but oddly enough sees himself and does not even recognize him. Both of them simultaneously ask Goku, who the hell is this? But there also is this little thing that I read somewhere that if you actually saw yourself in person, you wouldn't recognize it because you've only seen yourself in a mirror or something like that. You've never actually looked at yourself because it's impossible. So that could be a play on that, or just some random writing just to make the character seem cute or something along the lines of that. And with that being done, there's more development for Whis and what he is in his lineage, which is kind of strange because we get nothing for Beerus, nothing for a lot of characters, but for some reason we know Whis has a sister. I believe that's what Vado says. We know Whis is an angel, and now we know that that priestess is his father, one of the top 5 power levels of the universe. I'm wondering if Whis is going to become more of a significant importance between the future arcs, you know, since they introduced the different universes. They're introducing the gods, the angels, their roles, how they can be defeated, how they're used, uselessness, everything along the lines of that. I have a feeling Whis or somebody of Whis' lineage will become someone of significance later on down the line. But then they get back to the past. Future Trunks and Mai are like, well, shit, we're stuck. which in my opinion is it's not a bad idea. Your future was fucked up. But then they come up with the idea after all that shit talk, after all of that, you're not supposed to be going through time, it's a taboo, this and that. They're going to bring them to a time where before Zamasu was defeated. And of course, they're all scared shitless. They're like, we have to fight him again. I don't really want to do that. But Beerus actually created that timeline. So Whis agreed that he just go back, tell Beerus, kill him, take care of him. And then they also revealed that they have something better than the Mafuba jar. And immediately my response was the same response as everybody on screen is, why didn't you say that before? But once again, you have to remember they're not actually there to save anything. That's just the god of destruction and his attendant. But the real catch, at least for me, was the revelation that in doing so, there would be two Mai's and two Trunkses. I'm not going to lie. That would have been a deal breaker. I'm like, no, I'll just stay in this timeline with my dad and young me because, okay, there's a difference between having a younger version of you that has a different experience, but going to another one that has the very similar experience as you and your girl, there's going to be two of them. That would have been too much for me. That would have been way too confusing going on to help and then explaining it like I'm you, but I'm strong as hell and I'm exactly you. We've been through the same shit instead of staying with your dad, your family, where your mom's alive actually. But then again, your mom would still be alive because he's going back before he became black, I believe. I don't know, but that would have been a deal breaker for me. But they're excited. They're all for it. They want to see all the people that died while they were fighting instead of actually meeting them in this timeline where they didn't have to be fighters because everything was all good and fine and clean and hunky-dory and Chips Ahoy cookies. But fuck it, it's not my decision. It's theirs, and they picked the bad one. Why would you want to go through that? But anyway, they say their farewells in the way they do. Goku shakes his hand. Vegeta tries to punch him in the face. Typical father-son love. Then Gohan shows up, and obviously he's still sweating from training. Pretty motivated off of the shit that he heard from Trunks. A little sad, sappy cry. I should have saved the world. I'm sorry I failed. You pretty much destroyed an immortal and killed a god, a merged god at that. You obtained some new power that nobody seems to want to explain, but sure, sure, whatever. So I'd call that a win in my book. And then the bittersweet moment happens. The arc is over. And now it's time for some action-packed filler, right, guys? But in all seriousness, besides the next episode, which is going to have to do with making a wish to bring King Kai back, and everybody else trying to get in the way and be greedy as if Goku's not trying to bring back one of the gods that helped them, live. But besides that, there's one filler episode that I'm rather interested in, that's the return of Hit, which is a couple of episodes down. I believe late December that should air. I don't know. I'll look at the paper and probably make a video about that, and as well give my opinion on this entire arc. Overall, I gotta give this arc immediately, if I had to just say off the top of my head, like an 8.7. A lot of things didn't make sense, but to say you didn't feel like you were watching Dragon Ball Z again, the tension, the drama, the clarity, the whole efficientness of the villain actually getting jobs done. I mean, this guy killed Kais. We had to get God to stop him. Literally, we had to get God to stop him. The God that has the final say of everything in that timeline or universes. We had to get him to stop this guy. That's a new one. I mean, before the Kais came to us for help, we finally had to go to a God like, yo, please, we can't kill him. A lot of interesting things, but let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And remember to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, and label your rating for this arc thus far. I'll make another video on it, but if you want to, just give me your rating on it out of 10. Let me know what you liked the most about it, what you hated, and especially if you're a Vegeta fan. I know you have a lot to say, but thank you for watching, and until next time, I'll catch y'all in the next video.